This is Tom Cruise, just 19, making his very brief debut. And for the next 40 years, he's nailed every genre and every kind of role. Today, we're going through every single one of Tom Cruise's movies. And while we'd love to cover everything, this video skips the cameos.
Yeah, baby.
Let's roll. Welcome to Top That.
Hit it!
It all started in 1981 with Endless Love, where Tom had a small role that most people forget, but Hollywood didn't. That screen time was brief, but it opened doors.
Jeez, smokes like crazy.
Then came Taps, also in 1981, where he played a military cadet and stole scenes from more established names.
It's beautiful, man! Beautiful!
Intense, focused, and already showing signs of a future star. In 1982, Cruise starred in Loosen It, a light teen comedy that came and went without leaving much of a mark. By 1983, The Outsiders put him in the middle of a soon-to-be legendary cast of 80s heartthrobs. Cruise's role was small but intense and shared the screen with future stars like Patrick Swayze, Rob Lowe, and Matt Dillon.
Yeah? And what are you doing walking by your lonesome on the street, huh?
None of your business, Marty.
What do you mean none of my business? It is my business. Look at my nose.
It wasn't his breakout, but it kept his momentum going and helped build connections that would matter later. But his next movie, Risky Business, was something to remember. That iconic dance in his underwear to old-time rock and roll became instant pop culture. More importantly, it proved he could carry a movie with charm, confidence, and just the right amount of chaos.
You know, Bill, there's one thing I've learned in all my years. Sometimes you gotta say, what the fuck? Make your move.
All the right moves saw Cruise as a working-class high school football player, desperate for a way out. Gritty, emotional, and a hint of the dramatic range he'd show more of later. In Legend, he entered fantasy territory with Ridley Scott at the helm. Beautiful to look at, but not exactly a blockbuster. Still, it was a bold swing early in his career. Then came Top Gun in 1986. Maverick wasn't just a role, it became a persona. Jet engines, volleyball montages, leather jackets. Cruise became a global superstar, and the film made him the face of blockbuster 80s cinema.
You're everyone's problem. That's because every time you go up in the air, you're unsafe. I don't like you because you're dangerous.
That's right. Nice, man. I am dangerous.
Next up was The Color of Money, where he held his own opposite Paul Newman, who won an Oscar for the role. Cruise was the young hotshot again, but with more depth and direction.
Everybody's doing it. There's a lot of guys doing it.
Cocktail came in 1988. Critics were brutal, but audiences turned it into a massive hit. With this, Cruise proved he didn't need critical love to draw a crowd.
All right! All right! Now what was it that you ordered? A martini! What's in that?
Rain Man paired him with Dustin Hoffman, who walked away with an Oscar. But Cruise's role as the self-absorbed brother undergoing a transformation grounded the entire film, and reminded audiences he could handle more than just flashy roles.
1-5. You are beautiful, man.
Born on the 4th of July was a turning point. As paralyzed Vietnam veteran Ron Kovic, Cruise dove deep into emotional territory and earned his first Oscar nomination. It was raw, political, and unlike anything he'd done before. In 1990, Days of Thunder brought him back to fast vehicles and adrenaline, this time on the racetrack. It was also where he met Nicole Kidman, kicking off one of Hollywood's most talked-about relationships. Far and Away, 1992, saw Cruise and Kidman team up again as Irish immigrants chasing the American dream. The film was visually sweeping but didn't land as strongly with critics. Then came A Few Good Men, courtroom drama gold.
Your Honor, you doctored the logbook.
Damn it, Captain!
You coerced the document.
Consider yourself in contempt.
Colonel Jessup, did you order the code red?
You don't have to answer that question.
I'll answer the question. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Still legendary. He kept the legal heat going with The Firm, another adaptation of a John Grisham novel. It was slick, suspenseful, and a box office hit.
And of course, if we ever have to talk to a third party, then I know everything. Right down to the penny, pound, franc, and Deutschmark.
Interview with the Vampire was risky casting. Fans doubted he could pull off the seductive, aristocratic vampire Lestat, but Cruise surprised everyone, even author Anne Rice, who initially protested the choice and then admitted he nailed it. And then the birth of a franchise that would become synonymous with his name, instantly iconic. Cruise produced it, starred in it, and performed his own stunts.
Serious?
Always.
Next up was Jerry Maguire. It earned Cruise his second Oscar nomination and reinforced his ability to do heartfelt, character-driven stories.
What you gonna do, Derek? Show me the money!
Congratulations, you're still my agent.
Eyes Wide Shut, directed by Stanley Kubrick, was long, strange, and full of tension, both on-screen and off. It was Cruise and Kidman's final film together, and remains one of his most enigmatic roles. In the same year, Magnolia saw him as a deeply broken motivational speaker. It earned him his third Oscar nomination, this time for supporting actor, and showed a totally different emotional gear.
I'm quietly judging you.
Mission Impossible 2 turned up the action and leaned hard into John Woo's style. Slow motion, doves, dramatic music, and a lot more hair. Then came Vanilla Sky, a trippy, genre-bending sci-fi romance that was part dream, part nightmare. It left audiences divided but curious. Minority Report marked his first collaboration with Spielberg, a smart, action-packed sci-fi thriller about pre-crime and personal redemption. It was a critical and commercial success.
Paranoia off to the whiff. You've been doping on the lightning. Easy. Easy. It seems I found a flaw. What are you gonna do? Possession alone will cost you 6 months. Not to mention your badge. I guess we won't be working together after all. Now put the gun down, John. I don't hear a red ball.
The Last Samurai was ambitious and beautifully shot. Though it stirred debate, Cruise's performance as a broken soldier finding purpose in an unfamiliar culture earned praise and a Golden Globe nod.
Too many mind.
Too many mind?
Hi.
Mind the sword. Mind the people what? Mind the enemy. Too many mind.
In Collateral, Cruise played completely against type, a cold, calculated hitman terrorizing Jamie Foxx's cab driver. It was sleek, suspenseful, and earned Fox an Oscar nomination.
Now what are you trying to pull, you sarcastic prick?
Look, I was just trying to...
Tell it to him. Tell him he's an asshole. Go ahead.
You're an asshole.
Tell him he pulls his shit again, you're gonna stick this yellow cab up his fat ass.
War of the Worlds reunited him with Spielberg. Massive alien invasion, emotional core, and despite a chaotic press run, it was a huge hit. Mission Impossible 3 brought J.J. Abrams aboard, along with plenty of lens flares, and gave the series a darker tone, with Philip Seymour Hoffman as a memorably cold villain. Lions for Lambs was an attempt to go political again, with Cruise as a slick senator. It didn't quite resonate with audiences or critics, but Tropic Thunder did, in the weirdest way.
You know how you handle an actor? They whine about anything. You pull down their pants and you spank their ass.
You spank that ass, Les. What?
Cruise popped up in a fat suit as foul-mouthed studio exec Les Grossman, and the internet lost its mind.
This is Les Grossman. Who is this?
This is Flaming Dragon!
Oh, okay. Flaming Dragon. Fuckface. First, take a big step back and literally fuck your own face!
Valkyrie had him plotting to kill Hitler. Based on a real World War II operation, it turned out to be a taut thriller, even if Cruise's American accent in a German uniform was a little jarring. Night and Day was a romantic comedy-action hybrid with Cameron Diaz.
I'm the guy. I'm the guy. This is the guy.
This is the guy.
I'm the guy. I'm the guy.
Light fun, lots of running, and a motorcycle chase or two.
I need you to listen carefully. Do exactly as I say. On 3, I'm gonna lay down cover, and we're gonna run to those shells over there.
Okay.
Okay?
Right, yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
1.
Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol took the franchise to new heights, literally. Cruise scaled the Burj Khalifa in Dubai without a stunt double. The commitment was next level. Rock of Ages saw him as a washed-up rock god, complete with eyeliner and leather pants. It was bold and bizarre, Not for everyone, but undeniably entertaining.
I am gonna light this place on fire.
Jack Reacher introduced a new action role. He was lean, ruthless, and sharp. Though fans of the book series debated the casting, Cruise made it work on screen.
Really?
Oblivion was a visually sleek post-apocalyptic mystery. Reviews were mixed, but the cinematography and Cruise's performance were solid. Edge of Tomorrow may not have hit huge on day one, but it built a loyal fan base and has become a modern classic. Cruise dies, learns, repeats, and shows off unexpected comic timing.
What day is it?
For you, Judgment Day.
Mission Impossible Rogue Nation opened with Cruise hanging off a plane during takeoff, because of course he did. It was a thrill ride and a box office win. Jack Reacher Never Go Back didn't capture the same grit as the first. Cruise was fine, but the material didn't keep up.
It's a haircut. All you guys go to the same barber?
But American Made turned things around. Based on a true story, Cruise played a pilot turned drug smuggler with charm and chaos. It flew under the radar, but was one of his most fun roles in years.
Roscoe dug this up in the backyard. There are bills blowing around everywhere.
I'll rake it up in the morning.
Then came Mission Impossible Fallout, widely considered one of the best in the franchise. Helicopter chases, rooftop jumps, and Cruise breaking his ankle mid-stunt, and finishing the take. Top Gun Maverick brought everything full circle, a sequel decades in the making, and it absolutely delivered stunning aerial sequences, emotional arcs, and over $1 billion at the box office. It reminded everyone why Cruise still matters.
Good morning, aviators. This is your captain speaking.
Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning came out in 2023, continuing the franchise's tradition of jaw-dropping stunts and high-stakes espionage. It set the stage for Cruise's final act in the saga. And now in 2025, Mission Impossible The Final Reckoning is finally here. It's already soared past $500 million at the box office. A climactic send-off that's currently thrilling audiences and proving that even after 4 decades, Cruise remains the king of action. And if you haven't seen it yet, don't miss your chance to experience it on the biggest screen while it's still playing.
I need you to trust me. One last time.
We definitely missed one of his movies. Can you guess which one? Drop your answer in the comments along with your favorite Tom Cruise performance. And if you want more, check out our Man of the Impossibles video for an even deeper look at Cruise's wildest stunts and action legacy. If you enjoyed this full-throttle Cruise journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and dive into more deep dives right here on Top That. See you next time.